Buckle up, because what I am about to tell you sounds like something straight out of a political thriller. Except this is not fiction. This is unfolding in real time in Britain in 2025. Nigel Farage Reform UK has officially overtaken the Labour Party to become the largest political party in the United Kingdom by membership. Yes, that is correct. The largest. Not second place. Not a close challenger. The single biggest party in the country. Keir Starmer will be fully aware of how serious this moment is. It is hard to ignore the fact that his party has gone from winning a general election to being overtaken by Farage's movement in less time than it takes most people to renovate a kitchen. What makes this shift even more striking is how Labour has reportedly tried to hide its true membership figures. These numbers were said to be tightly controlled, even kept from parts of Labour's own national executive. When a political party starts obscuring its basic internal data, it is usually a sign that something has gone very wrong. Leaked figures from Labour headquarters now explain that secrecy. Since winning the general election last year, Labour has lost around 100,000 members. That is the equivalent of an entire large town walking away. Labour's membership has now dropped below 250,000, while Reform UK stands at roughly 269,000 and continues to rise. At the same time, the Conservative Party has been reduced to about half of Labour's size, with membership sitting near 125,000. The result is a political landscape that few would have believed possible even 5 years ago. Back then, this scenario would have been dismissed as unrealistic. These figures matter because party membership is not just a symbol of popularity. Members are the backbone of election campaigns. They knock on doors, deliver leaflets, make phone calls, organize events, and do the unglamorous work that actually wins votes. During the 2024 general election, Reform UK did not yet have the organization needed to fully turn its polling strength into seats. It had momentum and enthusiasm, but not enough people on the ground across enough constituencies. That has now changed in a dramatic way. Since that election, Reform UK's membership has surged from around 61,000 to nearly 268,000. That is an increase of well over 330% in less than a year. This is not slow, steady growth. It is a political explosion, the kind that forces analysts to double-check the numbers. With a fast-growing network of local branches across the country, Reform UK is now in a position to seriously compete in almost every constituency at the next general election. The implications are enormous. Britain is no longer moving toward a familiar two-party contest between Labour and the Conservatives. Instead, the next election is shaping up to be a genuine three-way fight, with a real chance that Reform UK could push one of the traditional parties into third place nationally. This is not exaggeration. It reflects current trends. Membership figures are backed up by polling data. Reform UK has led more than 175 consecutive national opinion polls, holding an average lead of around 10 points. That is not a short-term spike or protest moment. It points to a deep shift in British politics. Leading one or two polls is notable. Leading 175 in a row is a political earthquake. Despite this, parts of the mainstream media have tried to downplay Reform's rise, describing it as a protest movement or a temporary reaction to dissatisfaction with government. But sustained double-digit polling leads do not come from mild frustration. People do not join political parties in record numbers unless they believe those parties stand for something real and capable of delivering change. Reform UK has tapped into a long-building frustration with the political establishment, and that feeling is now turning into real results. Reform is not just performing well in polls and membership numbers. It is also winning elections across the country. The party has been taking council seats from Labour, the Conservatives, and other established parties in by-elections. Most notably, Reform recently won a council seat from Labour in West Lothian, Scotland, a result very few would have predicted. In an area where Reform UK was once thought to have almost no chance at all, that victory sent a clear message. Something fundamental is changing in British politics, and it is happening faster than many expected. It defeated both Labour and the Scottish National Party by a clear margin. The message from that result could not be clearer. No traditional stronghold can now be seen as completely safe. Long-standing electoral maps are being redrawn, and the so-called red and blue walls of British politics are beginning to crack. Reform's rise is especially striking because it has not been powered mainly by flashy marketing or huge donor money. Instead, it has offered something many voters feel has been missing from mainstream politics for years: optimism, and the belief that real change is still possible. Labour's message has often been framed as simply being not the Conservatives. At the same time, the Conservatives continue to struggle to present a convincing vision for the future. The Liberal Democrats remain influential in pockets at local level, but are still largely on the margins nationally. Reform UK, by contrast, delivers a direct and uncompromising message. Britain is broken. Britain can be fixed. And people should not have to apologize for wanting national renewal. Whether someone agrees with Reform's policies or not, the clarity of that message is connecting with a significant part of the electorate. The traditional two-party system that dominated British politics for more than a century now appears to be entering a serious decline. In its place, a more fluid and unpredictable political environment is emerging, one where several parties have realistic paths to power. Some see this as healthy competition that could improve standards across politics. Others worry it could bring instability and fracture government. Both arguments have weight. What can no longer be denied is the speed of this change. In less than a year, Reform UK has gone from a party many assumed would fade away after the election to a dominant force in British politics by both membership and polling. That kind of rapid rise is almost unheard of in modern political history. Every by-election win strengthens Reform's momentum. Every new member adds to its ground campaign. Every poll placing the party in the lead makes the idea of Nigel Farage as a future Prime Minister feel more normal. That prospect would once have seemed unthinkable. Now it is openly discussed. A figure long dismissed by the political establishment could, in theory, find himself in Downing Street. Whether that idea excites or alarms people depends on their political views, but its importance is undeniable. For Labour, the situation is deeply uncomfortable. After winning a general election with a strong majority less than a year ago, the party should be enjoying stability and confidence. Instead, it is losing members, has been overtaken as the largest party in the country, and is facing polls that suggest voters may already be looking elsewhere. The Conservatives face a similar crisis of identity and relevance, with shrinking membership and no clear direction. Britain's political ground is shifting fast, and the parties that once dominated the system are now being forced to confront a reality they did not expect. The question now facing both parties is how they respond to a challenge of this scale. Do they adapt, resist, or try to contain Reform UK's rise? Every option carries risk, and none offers an easy or painless answer. If Labour attempts to shift closer to Reform's positions, it risks alienating its core supporters and opening itself to accusations of pure opportunism. If it instead doubles down on its current path, it may continue to lose voters who feel their concerns are being ignored. The Conservatives face an even harsher dilemma. With membership already drained and their electoral base badly fractured, any attempt to outflank Reform could blur their identity even further. Yet standing still may only speed up their decline. As for the idea of an informal anti-reform arrangement, history shows that such tactics often strengthen the very movement they are meant to contain by giving it greater legitimacy. What is now undeniable is that the old assumptions no longer apply. The belief that voters will eventually drift back to Labour or the Conservatives out of habit, loyalty, or fear is proving increasingly fragile. A growing number of people are willing to abandon long-held allegiances in favor of something they see as more genuine or more responsive. That change in mindset may be the most important shift of all, because once it takes hold, it is extremely hard to reverse. British politics is entering a period of deep uncertainty. Institutions, parties, and leaders that once appeared untouchable are now being tested in ways not seen for generations. Reform UK's surge is not just a story about one party's success. It is a sign of a wider collapse in trust in the established political order. Voters are making it clear they are no longer satisfied with slow, incremental change, managed decline, or carefully crafted excuses. They want clarity, they want conviction, and they want results. Whether Reform UK can turn this momentum into national power remains an open question. Governing is very different from campaigning, and the scrutiny that comes with real proximity to power is relentless. But what cannot be disputed is that the political landscape has already shifted. The era in which Labour and the Conservatives could assume dominance by default is over. A new, more volatile chapter in British politics has begun, and its consequences will be felt long before the next general election, long before voters return to the ballot box. The pressure created by this shift is already reshaping policy, rhetoric, and behavior across Westminster. Senior figures in both Labour and the Conservative Party are being forced to confront uncomfortable questions about credibility, delivery, and relevance. The ground beneath British politics is moving, and there is no easy way back.